let's recap. Last week I edited the video. Everything was ready to go. It uploaded
and downloaded
and
outloaded.
Outloaded. Then all of a sudden it was gone. The title frame was there. Music was there. Everything was there.
I'll just be perfectly honest
but the video was not.
This is why I can't do those things. I would have burned down several houses by now.
So it's hard to see, but if you look in the background...
No, they see enough.
If you see all this, our house has exploded with costumes. This is...
more this side.
Yes. This is
3 weeks worth of shows. Different shows.
This is Matilda. This is Cinderella and the red hen.
The little red hen.
The little red hen. Mm-hmm. So, yeah. So it's been kind of crazy.
Of each other.
So
it's the way it was scheduled this year. I would come home, basically dump one show and pick up another.
Yes, exactly.
And the whole time I was doing searches for Matilda stuff because we come up with other stuff that we needed. So
yeah,
I was having to raid other costume bins.
So yeah, so it's just been kind of crazy. We are going to be out this week. What are we doing this week on Thursday?
Honey.
He doesn't remember. We're seeing Hunchback of Notre Dame.
Oh, yeah.
At Carmel High School. So, yay. That'll be fun.
Wait, Thursday?
That's why I told you that. Thursday the 11th. What?
It's a mermaid rehearsal.
So I guess you're not going with me? All right, so Jerry's going to be out and about, not Kevin. I told you that.
Honey, I know. I've been a little busy.
So, yeah. So what else is going on, Kevin? Other than not going to see Hunchback on Thursday with me.
Oh, wait, what's Saturday night?
Saturday is nothing.
Oh, I think that was the night I was thinking we were going to go.
No, I told you Thursday.
Maybe we'll see if we can change the tickets.
They were given to us, honey.
Well, maybe they can give us the other tickets.
Okay, anyway, we're not arguing on with everybody.
We're not arguing, we're discussing.
Okay. So how was Matilda's performances this past weekend?
Oh, they were really fun. I had a cast of new to the stage 7th graders and some 8th graders. They are in a district that does a more or less, I think, sort of a staged concert for their 6th grade year. The school the school district is made up of about 4 or 5 schools. 2 elementary schools, a middle school, and a
So when you say a stage concert, they're basically a choir concert.
They were in costumes, and there's minor choreography, I think, from what I've been told.
Gotcha.
There's minor choreography, and I don't even know if they use dialogue or not. I don't know what all they do. But from what I understand...
It's been a long day.
Well, it's been a long, 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 long day. You know what that's from?
No.
How to Succeed.
No, it's been a long day.
Well, that's...
And How to Succeed just opened this weekend at Footlight Musicals. Went to the preview show on Thursday with our Songs for a New World cast. We went. I did work backstage 2 nights last week for tech.
So our Friday night was sold out.
For Matilda,
and they were all excited. We had a little bit of specialness because I found out kids were sneaking out or not sneaking, just going out to the lobby during intermission.
Don't go to the lobby in your costumes.
And then after I had told them to take off their costumes and get out of their microphones before they see their family members and such, I had to run a bunch of them back into the dressing room after I went out.
On Friday?
Yes, on Friday night. I went out to the lobby. And there are kids everywhere. I'm like, no. I said, folks, I'm sorry. We need to get them out of microphones and into costumes. They'll be right back after these commercial messages. And they just looked at me. I'm like, get in there now and get these microphones off and get these costumes off.
Did you have child wranglers? So you didn't have parents backstage helping?
No.
Oh.
When you have, for the most part, the parents are not, they're not theater parents, so they don't get it. So the next night I mentioned, that's Mrs. Wormwood. Or
she appeared in the show. She got a little...
Wormwood.
Sorry, Shelley.
Oh no, Shelley did this week and it was
Shelley
amazing.
Cook did this and it was very 80s, big boofed.
Big hair, it was amazing. But she had to ride home too.
Mrs. Wormwood got a little beat
She
up.
had to ride home. It was rough. So, no, I talked to the kids Saturday. I'm like, do not go to the lobby in
Did
your
they
costumes.
still do it yesterday too?
No, they did not because I threatened them with an end to their lives. So it's like, these are not your microphones. These are not your costumes. You're going to know why. Someone out there, Grandma Meemaw, has her Similac or whatever she's drinking, and she spills it on your costume. What are we going to do? Those costumes aren't ours. If Uncle Henry gets so excited and hugs you so tight and gets tangled up in the microphone wire and then crack, he breaks the microphone, what are we going to do then? We got another broken microphone. Ooh. So, yeah, I was like, do not go out. I said, the high schools don't do that after their shows, do they? And the high schools didn't say anything. I have high school crew working with me. And I looked over, I was like, do you all go out? They were like, yeah. I was like, okay, no, we're not. That is not how this happens. It's not how this works anywhere at all in the world.
That.
You do not do
we
it.
We don't do that in community theater at all.
Well, in theater, you don't do that.
Well, you don't go. That's when you're going home and you out the stage door.
You're in your street clothes. And no microphone. Right. Now, I don't care what you do with your face, but no, you leave your microphone in
community theater, you change clothes, you hang up your costumes before you go upstairs. Now, I will say I've put my costumes on my chair, and then after I go meet my friends, I go back downstairs and hang everything up.
Yeah.
And I'm usually the last one to leave, and everybody's already gone, and I'm piddle-parting around hanging my stuff up.
But these kids, like I said, they're new to theater. And, sorry, it was a bit of a lesson this past weekend. Yeah. And the Saturday crowd, the matinee, of course, like I thought, we had about a half theater full because tons of people showed up on the Friday. I mean, like, school kids came.
But you guys are working on for next year.
We don't know yet.
But no, I mean, like, trying to get, like, the other, like, because you performed at the high school. But it's the junior high production at the high school. So,
which is how it normally is.
Right. So the other junior high students who were not involved, if they didn't have brothers or sisters or parents who took them to see the show, they wouldn't have seen the show.
Right.
So you guys are working on maybe doing a production for the junior high, right?
Well, next year, whatever production we do, there is the talk of possibilitizing a busing situation.
Busing in the 2023s?
Mm-hmm, in the 2023s. Bus these children to the theater. It's the new busing, honey. Mm-hmm.
Speaking of busing, were you bused as a child?
Yes.
Okay.
We was bused.
We didn't have busing.
Was
not in my neighborhood.
Well, and the thing is, we weren't bused. Now, my brother was bused the furthest in middle school. Because I think that was like their last-ditch effort. He was bused to a school that was about 30 minutes away.
And this is Louisiana.
In Louisiana.
In Baton Rouge.
Baton Rouge.
Where the state capital, Baton Rouge. I learned that from the Brady Bunch, by the way. I did.
I know.
No, it was when Cindy Brady was going to be on the answering question quiz show, and she froze up when they were saying, "What is the capital of Louisiana?" And she just froze up. And Marcia at home is saying, Baton Rouge, Baton Rouge. That's why I knew that. Why would I know what the capital of Louisiana is?
Well, it's just proof that possibly the Indiana education system didn't serve you.
What's the capital of Indiana?
Indianapolis.
You wouldn't have known that unless you were married to me.
No.
Yes.
I knew that well before.
Why?
Word association in my head. There are no numbers involved, so I remember things with no numbers.
So you only knew it was the capital because of Indianapolis. So Indianapolis.
Word association, yes, but I knew it.
So then, what's the what's the capital of Illinois? Illinoisiapolis.
So anyway, we're really talking about possibly getting these kids to the high school next year,
Right.
and possibly busting in the kids from the elementary school.
Okay.
Possibly.
Right. That's gonna take some
Busting.
bussing and finagling.
Yeah.
Because
They were
you
all
wouldn't.
excited, of course, after the show. So
God. And they all had a good time and nobody cried.
no,
No.
there are
One.
no tears in theater. No.
Oh, there was lots of tears in theater.
Well,
But you
I
didn't
don't
make
know.
anybody cry.
No.
Nobody got hurt. You got hurt?
Well, yes. So they have a
Your
sound
feelings?
booth. No, they have a sound booth with steps that are this wide and this far apart.
So they're like literally that tall.
They are literally that far
and
apart.
they're this wide.
Uh-huh.
So it's
you
like
can't even the
chonk.
ball of your foot will fit on a step. And they literally are about
Oh.
this far apart. I have to walk down, I'm like going sideways so my whole foot will fit horizontally on a step.
And you hurt your leg.
Well, it was just the up and downage of the whole thing. Because there's 6 steps up to the sound booth, and then another 15 steps down to the ground floor, and it comes out into the green room.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So there was all those steps and things, of course, on opening night are happening, and I'm like, wait, no, I'm coming. Go.
And you're running
yeah,
around,
no, yeah.
right?
So then I drove home Saturday night and could not get out of the car.
Yes,
Or
'cause
Friday
night. It was what time? 2:00 in the morning? 1:00 in the morning? I just kept hearing. Ugh. And I was like, what is happening? And I yelled out to Kevin, and our stairs goes up to a landing and then goes up again. He was at the bottom, he was on the landing and just kind of stuck.
I was moving.
No.
It was at a slow pace, but I
It
was
was
moving.
not moving. I got
resting.
out of bed and helped him. You were resting, yes.
From my moving. Because we have steps outside the house too. 2 sets.
We do have 2 steps. We have from the sidewalk 3 steps up, and then 3 steps up to the porch. So that's a lot of stepping.
Ouch.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it is.
So, but thankfully, I think I just probably strained like the right around my kneecap, that whole situation there.
So it's better now.
My ACL, I think, because the ACL connects down there into the
Okay,
kneecap, if I'm not
okay.
mistaken. So yeah, but it is much better.
So Kappa. What does Kappa stand for?
Cincinnati Academy of Performing Arts.
Okay, I always thought it was Cincinnati Artistic something. Cincinnati Academy of Performing Arts, Kappa. So are we done with Kappa for the school term?
Kappa is over as of the middle school play, a middle school musical.
Okay.
Yes, it's the last thing I do. Well, no, I have tomorrow.
What's tomorrow?
Mount Airy. I have it. They have an outreach school that they work with, and I think it's actually tomorrow and next Monday as well.
Oh, okay.
It's our last 2 weeks.
So send money.
And that's a reader's theater. Send money.
Because you're not going to have a full paycheck. Send money.
Oh. So and they're doing a reader's theater presentation of
Gotcha.
Cinderella. So
Oh, what does that mean?
reader's theater is where they have their scripts
Mm-hmm.
and they read the
parts.
they read their line their
Characters.
characters. Thank you. They read the characters' lines
Okay.
in front of an audience. So
Oh.
yeah.
Okay, and what grade is this?
They're 4th and 5th. Have you never seen reader's theater before? Done reader's theater?
I've never done. I mean, I've done like stage readings of plays,
Oh no.
but I've never done like a reader's theater.
A reader's theater is where it's actually designed for you to have your script on stage in front of you.
Oh, okay. Well,
And-
I guess that's like I've done a couple stage reading of plays, like new plays, and it was in front of an audience. We had our scripts, so I think it's kind of the same.
Okay.
So okay, whatever. So what?
Oh,
else?
and then we did Copelia this weekend. That's
Yeah,
why
that's
my
why his
eyebrows-
dark
my eyebrows are especially dark and full and rich.
Lean and show
thick.
the audience. See, look at that.
Yes, my Italian eyebrows.
Yes, the Burgermeister Burger.
Yes, I was Burgermeister in this weekend's performance.
Um,
Did we talk about that last time?
We did,
And that's the video that cut.
and we were talking about your character in songs. Because I did a picture in a picture of you and your saying that Mrs. Claus costume.
Oh, and that's the one that got killed?
Mhm.
Oh, well.
Sorry.
So, anyway, the Burgermeister in Copelia,
Copelia.
the ballet Copelia, is basically the mayor of the town. And he basically officiates everything and oversees everything. And so that's who I was. And Coppelia's a ballet. Coppelia literally means glass-eyed girl or glass-eyed doll. So Dr. Coppelius makes toys.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
That's what that means?
Yes. So Dr. Coppelius makes toys.
Wait, his name is Coppelius?
Yes.
So her name would be Coppelia Coppelius? Because it's kind of like his daughter, right?
I have been from here to Cincinnati several times in different productions.
Yes.
Don't mess with my mind right now.
I just asked it a question. If he is Dr. Coppelius and he made this doll and he named her Coppelia, right? Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
And he thinks of her as his daughter, correct?
I didn't say that.
But is that correct?
She is his creation. She's
Okay.
a toy that he made, a doll.
That comes to life.
That he is trying to bring to life.
To be his daughter.
No.
Yeah. What, to marry her? So he marries her, so she's Coppelia Coppelius.
This, by the way, would be why he's not involved in the world of ballet.
No, just because I have questions. You make fun of me, or you
No.
act like this because I
I'm
have
telling
legitimate questions.
He is a toy maker, and he sells toys out of his shop.
Dr.
And his
Coppelius.
latest invention is this life-size doll
Named Coppelia.
named Coppelia. That he's expecting possibly for someone to buy, maybe.
And bring to life.
He wants to bring it to life because
because there's a reason. There's a reason he wants her to come to life.
Because it
like
would be
Pinocchio,
because it would be his crowning
who is
achievement.
also Italian.
It would be his crowning achievement as a toy maker
If he
to
came
actually
to
bring
life.
it up. Did y'all see Jingle Jangle? Thank you.
Have
So
you seen
anyway.
Pinocchio? Same thing.
Different.
No.
The doll that came to life in Jingle Jangle was not married to anyone and did not become a family member. He was just a living doll.
He was the villain.
Okay, but he
She's not
didn't
the
marry
villain.
anybody.
Coppelia is not the villain. Is she?
No, she is not.
Oh, my stars.
Anywho, so the story commences with Swanilda, who is the lead girl in the ballet,
Swanilda.
and Franz, who's the lead guy. They're having a little bit of a boyfriend-girlfriend. Swanilda happens to see him at the window trying to wave to Coppelia. And Franz is a little bit of a dopey dude.
Why is he waving to a doll?
Because he thinks I just said, he's a bit of a dopey dupe. He just sees her and goes, hi! And then he thinks, oh, she's kind of pretty. Hello! So he just doesn't get it that she's a doll. He's kind of dumb.
So does the dancer who dances Coppelia, who is the doll, does she stand like this the whole time?
No, she sits in a chair at the window with a book like this. And
For the whole show?
If you would let me finish. She has cues during Act 1 where she puts the book down and she stands up and then she sits back down and looks at her book. Very, very mechanically. She's an automaton. She's a, robot.
So it's like in, not like Megan.
I knew you were.
No, I'm just playing. So like in Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, when Truly Scrumptious was the doll, da, 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 and she was like,
Yes.
yeah, okay.
Yes. So anyways, the Swanilda and her friends sneak into Dr. Paris' shop because they want to see what's going on there.
Okay.
He discovers them there, sends them running out. Well, he sends everybody running out except for Swanilda. She hides. And she happens to hide behind the curtain, the display window where Coppelia is.
Okay.
So
What does
the
she do with-
story
what
of the
does she do
ballet
with
is that
Coppelia?
she basically puts on what Coppelia is wearing.
So she
And she
undresses
pretends that
she's
she is...
Coppelia.
She pretends that she's Coppelia. Dr. Coppelius pulls the curtain back and, oh, my wonderful doll. And he gets her up and he's trying to bring her to life. And at the same time, Swanilda is like karate chopping him and doing funny things to him. And yeah, it's funny. It's probably the first comedic ballet.
So then where's Coppelia
oldest.
now? Like in a trunk?
Yeah, she stuffed her over in the side somewhere. Because
So what about the dancer who plays Coppelia? Is she just done?
She's off stage for the moment.
Does she ever come back?
No. Because we leave Dr. Paris' shop at that point.
Oh.
After Act 2, she's in there. Franz sneaks into the shop. Dr. Paris is like, what are you doing in here? He says, oh, well, why don't you sit down and have a drink? So he basically drugs him and he falls asleep on the table. And
Dr.
during that time,
Coppelius?
Dr. Paris drugs Franz and he falls asleep on the table. Anyway, at the end of that act, Franz wakes up. He and Swanilda escape the shop, and Dr. Paris is like, you tore my shop apart. Because there are other dolls in the shop.
Are they played by dancers?
Yes. There's a Scottish doll, there's a Spanish doll.
Have you ever played one of the dolls?
Oh, no.
Ever?
No.
Oh, okay.
I've done Dr. Paris and I've done Franz.
Okay.
Usually the younger dancers in the company.
So okay, so the old ones play the adults.
Yeah, and in a regional ballet theater, about regional dance company situation.
Gotcha.
Usually you'll have kids that play the dolls. Although, in this version, there were adult dancers playing the roles of the dolls.
Okay.
Because my friends have a regional dance company. And they pay, it's a semi-professional company, they pay the dancers to be there. So, at any rate, at the end of the ballet, everyone escapes the toy shop. And Franz and Swanilda get married, and the Burgermeister officiates the wedding.
Wait a second. So, Franz and Swanilda get married. But doesn't he think Swanilda is Coppelia?
No. He knows what's happening. Franz does when he wakes up, because he sees her running around in the doll costume.
Okay.
What?
Then why is it called Coppelia? She's only in Act 1. Why is it called Swanilda?
She is the source of all of the confusion in the ballet. She's basically the source of the confusion. Part of it is, the first part of it is Franz trying to say hello to her, not realizing she's a doll. So Swanilda sees that and for a moment thinks that Franz is cheating on her. So then she goes to the window and waves and says, you, to me, are not saying hello. Why? And then she gets really upset. This is the part of the mime. And she does that. No. So which is anger in ballet mime. This is anger.
I see that.
Yes. So then Swanilda realizes, like, oh, wait a minute. There's a toy maker there. That's probably one of his. Oh, that's a doll. So, yeah.
Wait. Okay.
Swanilda realizes in Act 1.
So is she stupid too?
No.
Well, no, wait. She's talking to this doll and mad because it's not responding. So she thinks it's a real person.
She thought for a moment she was being snubbed by someone, and then she realizes that that's actually Dr. Coppelius's house.
Does it have like big rosy cheeks? Invention.
In some versions of the ballet, she does have rosy cheeks.
Like
the doll does. In some versions.
Not yours.
No, my company did it years ago. We did not do that. I wanted her to look as natural as possible, so that the effect of the deception would be a little bit more real.
Gotcha. So the Hans and Franz and Coppelia didn't look stupid. Not Coppelia, I'm sorry. Swanilda.
Franz and Swanilda. Hans and Franz are from Priscilla. Musical theater.
Hans and Franz. I thought it was Hans. No, it was Hans and Hans and Hans. It wasn't Franz.
Okay, well, Hans.
There's the three Hanses. I was one of the Hanses.
You see why? So anyway, so I officiate the wedding at the very end of the ballet.
Do you have the dance?
No, just it's a character role. I go on, I mime, I tell Dr. Coppelius, you should angry, do not be, yeah. And when I see Swanilda for the first time, I'm like, I remember you when you were just a child, and now you have grown up, and you are a beautiful young lady.
Okay.
Ballet mime.
I think they should put lyrics and singing to these things.
That's called opera.
They don't dance in opera.
Oh, yes, they do. There's dancing in opera.
Not ballet.
Yes, there are ballet. There are ballet sequences in operas.
Which ones?
There is Die Meistersinger. I do believe there is a ballet sequence. There is in the Tales of Hoffmann. Is it in the Tales of Hoffmann?
See, the ones no one's heard of.
You mean the classic operas? Wow. I do believe the Magic Flute may also have some dancing in it.
Speaking of, a friend of mine was in the Magic Flute this weekend, and he got rushed to the hospital.
For real?
He didn't even get to perform. Yeah, he was.
Something wrong with his flute?
His flute is not fluting. No, he was like vomiting blood, and he had a couple seizures.
Ooh, somebody didn't toy him.
Yeah, it's Andy Biggs. He just moved back from San Diego.
Moved back here?
Yeah.
Oh, my stars.
Yeah, and he got cast in
Regardless.
Magic Flute, and then he did it.
Who was he? Don't tell me Papageno.
No.
Oh.
No, I don't.
Because that's such a fun role.
Have you done it?
Papageno.
Wait, you don't do opera? Have you ever been in an opera?
Yes, I danced in Antigone. It was a 21st or 20th century opera. Yes. I have done opera before, or been in operas before.
I was
good.
I was in The Barber of Seville, and it Die Fledermaus.
Oh, I meant Die Fledermaus, not Die Meistersinger.
Wait,
I
what
think
is
Die
the one
Fledermaus
with on
might
the
have.
ship? Die Fledermaus.
That's Die Fledermaus.
Yeah, I was in that one.
But I think it's Die Fledermaus that has the dance sequence in it. It could be Die Meistersinger. Well, it makes more sense, Meistersinger, because it's music. Meistersinger. So
Oh, I thought it meant music singer.
Yes. So, anywho's, but yeah, wow, that's scary.
Yeah, it really is. I just found that out. And then just found out I had a couple seizures.
Oh my stars! How old?
He's mid-30s, 40s.
Oh, hold him close, honey. Hold him close. You just never know. That's awful.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
So then tomorrow night I am working
And basically in shape, not overweight, not anything
No.
else. See, you just never know.
Tomorrow night I will be working the audition table for a chorus line at Footlight Musicals. It is the young adult production on the 18...
Wait, that's tonight.
What?
Because you're posting this video.
Oh, I'm sorry. Tonight. Yes. Monday night. I will be...
He's trying to get the broadcast things correct.
Right. So, in the future... Woo. No, so I will be working audition tables, so signing people in for chorus line, which is the young adults, which is the 18 to 25-year-olds.
So go be one singular sensation.
That's right. And then next weekend, I think I'm working table next weekend.
God, we hope you get it.
Saturday afternoon and Monday night for Godspell.
You may not need that job.
I don't like Godspell.
I think it's a fun show. I'm just saying that because of course I really need this job.
I like that.
That was a funny thing. But I will say I have liked the versions of Godspell that I've seen.
I'll give you that.
Because of what the director did and the company, school, whatever did with it. It was interesting.
I like some of the music. There's several songs in it
like
that
a lot
I
of
like.
the music.
I like that it's one of those shows you can set pretty much anywhere. I've seen it set in a bar. I've seen it set on Monument Circle. I've seen it, set in a school. I mean, it could be really anything.
In a house with a mouse.
Yes.
So
this is, and that's going to be the young artist production, which is the 13 to 17-year-olds.
So middle school to high school. Well,
middle school
late
to high
middle
school.
I guess high school.
Yeah, late middle school. So
I'm interested to see what they'll do with it.
Yeah, me too. I know their ideas. It's supposed to be set in a theater. And then something social media that I don't totally get.
I'm always afraid of doing a show with social media because if you ever use that during a show and something goes for shoop, then
I am too. I'm also afraid for that it's not and I could be completely wrong in just in my thinking, that technology changes so much so quickly.
You wonder how it could be applicable to...
Yeah, I mean, you could do this show and then 6 months from now to be like, oh God, remember when they did that show and they were like on Zoom?
Well, nobody will think that. I mean, it's 6 months.
I know, but I'm just saying. I don't know. It's kind of weird. I'm kind of weird.
No, I think with kids, it's just everybody, they live in the moment. And the audience is there for the moment.
That is true.
Now, if it was a Dear Evan Hansen or Chill, what is that? Be More Chill. One of those kind of shows. We were sitting in Dear Evan Hansen, and all I could think
because they had like all the social media stuff on the walls. Right?
There are no sets. It's just, I mean, there's sets.
Yes.
But the whole like backdrop and the project, everything is.
Because don't you see the text messages and all that?
And they have these walls of like
Because I haven't
LED
seen it.
screens of text messages and stuff, and it's just
Gotcha.
like they move in and out, and I'm just like, what if the
Now,
plug gets
there was
hold
a
of it?
show, and I don't remember what it was, that you were encouraged to.
Yeah,
They gave you, I don't know, a QR code or a website or something to go to for encourage you to go bloop 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 bloop, bloop and text,
I forgot which one.
and they would like display your messages.
And that wasn't Be More Chill.
I don't remember. It could be More Chill. I don't know.
But no, I know what you're talking about because I heard.
Which
about
I
it.
thought was a kind of a novel idea, but I would be scared of that.
Mm-hmm.
Because obviously some people's got to
Somebody
be
needs
somewhere like policing those messages
Mhm.
because you don't want
to be sued
that
or have your show shut down over some shenanigans.
over shenanigans. So the next week or two is going to be clean up the menagerie that has been the past 3 months.
That, and I'm starting rehearsals for the Little Mermaid this week, and then
Yeah, because he's not
later
going to go
on,
see
we will
Hoots
figure
McCoo
that
with
out.
me. Maybe I'll take somebody else. Maybe I'll
How
take
far
Claire.
is that school from?
It's in Carmel, Indiana.
Which is how far is it from Mermaid?
45 minutes or so.
From there?
Yes, honey.
I'm still learning the area.
So if you can't go, I'll just find somebody to go with me.
And she can't change the tickets to Saturday night.
No, I think they're sold out.
Hmm.
So we'll see. Claire might have rehearsals anyway. Which
for
we need to
Trailer
get tickets
Park.
for Trailer Park.
Yes.
And I didn't know Kayvon, our friend Kayvon, played in the pit for Trailer Park in Illinois.
Oh, really?
He loves that show.
Hmm.
I know of it and know bits and pieces of it,
Yeah, I don't.
but
know.
don't really know a whole lot about
There's
it.
aren't there like 2 or 3 versions of it? Like a Christmas one and a.
No, I don't think. Oh, I don't know. There might be.
I thought I'd heard there was a Christmas one.
I know the Wonderettes have a Christmas episode.
Which a friend of mine is trying to talk me into doing the Wanderettes.
Episode.
Yes, Julie, I saw your message. She really wants me to do the to submit the Wanderettes.
Yeah, submit it here.
And
I'd kind of like to see my hubby every once in a while, other than once a week.
so, anyways.
So that's all that's been going on this week, which is a lot. And I promise you we're going to get out and about. I thought we were going to do it on Thursday. What do you have on Thursday that's Mermaid? What are you guys doing?
It's a music rehearsal.
Oh.
Which
You don't even sing.
I will see if he needs me.
Because I don't think I think Triton's song has been cut, hasn't it?
Not the script that we have.
Oh, I haven't seen the one you got.
I will. Well, no. I take that back.
Because when it originally was on Broadway, Triton had a song, and then when they canned the show because it was not great. Then they redid it because I saw it at the Paper Mill Playhouse when it came back, and I don't think Triton has a song.
And I think I could be wrong because he listed everyone who is needed.
Okay,
He's letting the children's cast go at 7:45, but
that would not be you.
but I don't. My name was not listed in any of the. So I'm really not sure.
Okay. Because I love Hunchback of Notre Dame. One of my favorite shows. It really was. The version they did in Cincinnati, not so much. We did see it, remember?
I know. I'm trying to remember what version of Mermaid we're doing.
Oh, you have the script.
Well, I have the script you printed.
But no, they sent you one.
I know, which I need to juxtapose them and see if that. But it looked like it was the same script.
But I mean, I could be completely wrong. But excuse me, I think they cut Triton's song. I'm assuming that you'd be choral stuff, but I don't know how they're doing it. They have how many people are in that cast? 45?
Yeah.
45 people, which I think is crazy. But I have a feeling
I
a lot
think
of
that
the
facility
kids.
could support it as well.
And I think the kids are like the fishes.
The fishes.
Yeah. Yeah. For Under the Sea
Yes.
and for
Where the fishes live.
Where the fishes.
So I will talk and I'll find out. Maybe we will be hunchbacking Thursday night.
Well, I'm hunchbacking regardless.
I said maybe we.
And I'll just put a little disclosure out and about with Kevin and Jerry.
And you'll have a strike through my name, Kevin.
With a new name over top of it.
Anywho, so.
And I had a meeting tonight for our board of directors election meeting. I'm on the committee to select new board members.
It's time. It's that time of year again.
Yes, it is. Our meeting's June something.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, the membership meeting, or the board meeting, the board election meeting is in June. Yeah.
Why did I think we were?
I don't know.
Okay, I need to check my calendar.
Yes, please do. So, anywho, that's all that's been going on this week, which is like exactly that. Insanity.
Insanity.
Wait, that's not the name of that song, is it?
Into the Woods.
But it's not Insanity.
No, it's not. But I chose.
What is it?
A lyric. I was to say polygamy. Oh my god, it's not polygamy either. Not tragedy. Oh, I can't remember the words, and everyone is screaming them right now. Everyone knows Into the Woods.
Comment below.
Them. Yeah.
Agony.
Yes.
Agony. Yes.
Not to mention the fact that we left out. I'll tell you this next year. We left out a suggestion box of shows for next year.
God, this is hysterical.
Girl,
for middle school kids. We got
Hamilton.
Barf.
Well, but I mean, I'm like girls and boys.
Well,
I think there is language in Hamilton that we. And first of all, when will that will not be available until the 23rd century? Frankly. Well, first of all, let's start there. Not option for school.
I'm surprised they didn't want to do Mean Girls.
You know what? I was surprised I didn't see Mean Girls or Heathers. I didn't see either. Although I'll check again. We had
or
that was
Spring
after
Awakening.
Friday. Yeah, I don't know that they know Spring Awakening.
In the Heights.
They didn't know. They're too young for In the Heights. But I did have Into the Woods, and I'm like, I stopped. I'm like, if we Into the Woods, we'd have to start rehearsing tomorrow. I mean, because they had a hard enough time with Matilda music. So Into the Woods, all you get is a spoon scrape and a pan hit and a bell ringing somewhere, and you got to pull a melody out of your hindquarters. I mean, there is no way.
You almost said a potty word.
Yes, I almost did say a potty word.
You almost said
yes.
So what did we decide for next year?
They pulled of course they chose those. They
did
Shrek
you give them
was
a
one.
choice?
Sound of Music was no. I just wanted to know what they.
Gotcha.
Sound of Music was one. Shrek was one.
Don't do Sound of Music.
I think those are the main ones. I don't think I saw Annie. I have to look through them again. But those are the top ones.
Chicago.
Six. Somebody suggested 6. I'm like, so all 30 of you is gonna what? Take a piece of a song, a line from the song? I don't understand. Again, as if it's option for the kids. So,
Phantom of the Opera.
Didn't have Phantom.
Sunset Boulevard.
They didn't know Sunset. Yeah. So, it just comical.
Bad Cinderella.
Oh, God. I would do Bad Cinderella in a heartbeat.
Oh, my stars, no.
Yes. Yes.
It's getting canceled.
I know, but yes. It's different. It's something different.
Dancing. Fosse's Dancing.
Oh, they don't know Fosse from anybody. They don't know from Fosse, honey. Thank God. They think they have rehearsals. 5 hours a night, Monday through Friday. Get your hats out.
So anyway, you guys chose what? Or you're looking at?
We're looking at... I'm kind of looking at the Shrekness of it all. And because of the number, it's Shrek Jr. And it has to be a junior version of whatever show we do. Because of the number of actors and characters in Shrek, it would be easy to pull that off with the middle school. I was thinking about, I'm going to look at James and the Giant Peach, because I know a lot of kids like that. It's another Roald Dahl show. I don't know characters. So I'm going to be perusing and cruising through MTI's junior musicals. Yeah. So,
what about Goosebumps?
No. Somebody wrote down Guys and Dolls. I was like,
how do they know Guys and Dolls? They're 12.
No.
Those 12-year-olds don't know that show.
No. Just no. No.
I mean, I think 12-year-olds should know that show.
They should
They
know
should
it.
know all these shows.
But
Why?
I don't
What's
want
wrong
to
with
see
it?
a 12-year-old version of Guys and Dolls.
You don't
I'm
want to see
sorry.
a 12-year-old Adelaide's Lament?
If I found a 12-year-old that could lament like Adelaide, yes. But no, and a 12-year-old, I've never been in love before. All I want is you and you forevermore. No. I can't. I would hurt somebody.
That hurt me.
Yeah.
So anyway, they're looking at Shrek.
Yes.
Okay, so we will keep you posted. When will we know that?
I don't know.
Okay.
But we're going to try to decide pretty soon because I think we want to let them know when they go back to school in the fall.
Oh, that would be nice.
Yeah.
That would give them something to look forward to.
Yeah. But there are a number of 7th graders coming into the school. This is a 2-year school. It's 7th and 8th grade school. Then at 9th grade, they go to the high school. They have the elementary goes from K to 6. So a number of the 6th graders from the local elementary schools were there and were very excited.
That's awesome.
Which is cool. So
that's really good. I like that.
Yeah.
Even though children. Yeah.
Well, when I say this, let me tell you this. And we can end with this.
You're gonna lean in on
anyone
lean in on
who is planning to do any kind of directing in your life should direct children.
No.
Oh, yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Because.
Why?
Because, for one thing, it teaches you how to deal with the mess of it all. And I say this because a lot of people get into directing with adults. They're not prepared for things that they hear, things that are done. They don't know how to handle it and I say direct children first because children are blatantly honest right up front. And they will say something, not meaning to hurt anybody's feelings, but you might say something and go, oh, that seems stupid. And kids will just say stuff like that. And from what I've seen of a lot of new-ish directors now, they don't have a tough skin. They don't know how to say no. They don't know how to direct. And there's so much of that interpersonal stuff that's in directing. It's not just a line reading and what I want you to do with this prop. It is so much more than that. And you have to literally lead these with children. You have to lead them and teach them how to do things. And it's the same across the board. And I see a lot of new sort of younger directors who either can't say no, they're afraid of something, or afraid of getting their feelings hurt, or afraid of hurting someone else's feelings, or it's just so much that if you learn, I'm telling you, 2 or 3 years working with a middle school group of kids, it'll teach you quick.
That never happened with me.
No, I know. Now, but you're different because you came up through school in theater. Mm-hmm. You were on the tech side of it and saw a lot of the background stuff that went on. This is very different. There are a lot of people I'm seeing now that are adults and who are, trying to throw their hat in the ring for directing. And I mean, some I've seen in the last few years, and I'm like, this person couldn't direct a dog show. Why are they directing like human adults? Like, what's going on?
Gotcha.
And I mean, it's across the board. I mean, I'm not saying here, I'm saying where just in theater world.
Right. No, I gotcha. Excuse me.
It's been.
Gotcha.
Oh.
It's been that.
I'm just like, why are you doing this?
Okay.
And they think it's all about I'm directing a show. And actually the show is kind of directing them in a bad way.
Gotcha.
So, yeah, that's why I say that. I think every new director or someone who's never worked in directing before should work with kids. Because I'm telling you, it is a training like no other. You talk about
But it takes a special person to work with kids. Not everybody should work with kids.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
If you have a staff of people working with you, someone to handle choreography, someone to handle this, someone to handle that, someone to handle... If you have a staff of people working with it, you should be able to handle a group of kids.
I don't agree. But anyway.
Because you don't like children, and that's very different. Am I right? Yes, I'm right. So that's what I'm saying. If you have a staff of people working with you...
Did you have a staff of people working with you?
Again, I did not.
You had you and you had you.
I did not have a, quote, staff. I had an assistant director, a lady who was working...
Who really wasn't the assistant director.
But she was doing the work of an assistant director and a producer, actually. So Claudia was giving it all. She was giving 300%.
Nothing against Claudia.
And then, oh no, she was amazing. I have to tell you, had she not taken upon what she took about this, it would never have happened. Then we have a costumer. We had a costumer who was working, and she ended up doing costumes and props all at the same time. Mm-hmm. So it got a little like this sometimes, just because roles weren't clearly defined. But this was our third year, and we now next year, I can go into it a little differently with how we approach things. But however, I said all that to say, there was still the issue of dealing with these kids on a personal level and their parents, and having to say to parents, no, that's not how this works. And having to say to parents, we need to confer and talk about that. So it's a lot of that, I think, really helped with.
Well, see, when you work with kids, though, so say a group of kids like that, you're not just working with the kids.
Right. You're also working with their parents.
Yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
No.
And if you can't do that, don't put your name in a hat for directing at an adult regional community theater company. Just don't do it. Because if you can't deal with adults who are the parents of these children, adults are adults are adults are adults are adults everywhere around the world. If you cannot deal on that level, no, I'm sorry. And I've seen it across the board. You cannot deal effectively in theater if you have a problem dealing with adults, whether it's the parents of kids you're directing or the adults you're directing. I mean, it's adults or adults or adults.
No, they're not.
Yes, they are.
No.
Yes, they are.
The adults of children are completely different. The adults of children are completely different. Dealing with an adult of a child is completely different.
Because he has no spawn on the earth. But I'm telling you now, I have worked with people without children. I have worked with people with children.
And it's completely different.
Their perspectives may be different, but they are still adults. And they all have their own opinions. They all have their own, I think this ism and that ism and this druther and that druther.
We're going to let you all decide this one and see who is correct.
I'm saying adults are adults everywhere.
No.
Yes,
I'm saying that adults of children who are involved in something like this are completely different.
You're saying it's different because they have their own child's interest at heart.
They want everything for their child and I almost said a potty word. Screw everybody else. But times 40. Because you have 40 of them.
It's not as bad as all that.
Okay. So you say.
No, I know. It's not as bad as all that. You get 2 to 5 out of a group of 30. I had 2 to maybe 4 parents who were sort of like living on that street. And the rest of them just didn't understand. Period. Like so why is this happening? Why do we have an extra rehearsal? And they just didn't understand. It had nothing to do with, well, my child is, in the bake-off and she has to go and she'll be living in England for the last 2 weeks, so she can't come to tech rehearsal.
The bake-off.
Yeah, the British bake-off. So I don't know, it's the first thing that came to mind.
Okay.
So
all right. We're running long.
It depends, yeah, I guess.
So on that note, comment below. Also, make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. And we will see you later. I will hopefully see you after Thursday when I go see Hunchback.
And I may be there as well.
Or not. Have a wonderful week, everybody.
I hope you do too.
With your little colored-in eyebrows. So, have a wonderful week. Enjoy yourselves. Be safe out there. What do you want to say?
Let me know what y'all think. Because I'd like to continue this discussion.
Yes, we will continue this conversation. Mm-hmm. Good night, everybody. Or goodbye, or good week.
Ciao for now.